World of YouTube. Careful sight here. And today we're gonna go over a little piece and have another face analysis coming up. But thanks for my man Dave from Vermont telling me to check out this story. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to read the book, but reading the article, understand. And it's all about gentle dental. How you can get to the dentist and have a gentle... Yeah, right. Sorry. Doing commercial props. I don't get paid for it. What the hell is this? See, gentle dental. Man, get out of here. You're killing me. But, and obviously I never heard of this, but then again it was a self-published book, and probably it did not get notoriety because of the simple fact that this man was literally labeled insane. But when you hear the rest of this story and when I do my face analysis, it will make complete, perfect sense. But doing the face analysis kind of makes you... I can't do a full graphic because the guy in the picture is wearing a beard compared to the sketch. If there's any pictures of him without a beard, I'd have to look it up. Excuse me. But since I've opened up this, I've seen a lot of other men in sketches that I've never seen before, compared with this sketch. Hell, I think even D.B. Cooper was literally stole all that money. I'm trying to say he could have been it, but I don't know. He wore sunglasses. But he did have a narrow face. But anyways, this guy, and I haven't said this in previous videos, but I'm saying it now. Unless you are a mathematical genius, which I ain't. I hate math, and I can tell you right now, a lot of math that I've done in my life, I've already forgotten. I can't stand math. I mean, I can add, I can subtract, I can do sometimes tables, but I would have to learn all over again if I wanted to dig deep into this case. And that's exactly what this guy did. And he went to a couple colleges, I guess. And now, unbelievably, I've never heard this one either until this came up, that there could have been murders from Mr. Zodiac in Massachusetts. Now, if that is true, I mean, it would only make sense in a lot of these bizarre cases that are out here in Mass. But I'll tell you, man, if you're not a mathematical genius, I mean, I did try to crypt the last words written on the piece of paper. I mean, I would try and do that again. I've written them down somewhere, but, I tried looking that up about a couple years ago, and it was about 4 or 5 years ago. I was trying to make words with the letters that he written. I mean, I did get say so die in there, but I tell you, yeah, these are the kind of cases that kind of stump me, is right. I'm sure, and as you can see, yeah, it stumps a lot of people, because a lot of stuff still is not ciphered or even known. Even them last set of letters. I mean, I haven't dug into this case for a while. But there was a new photo I did, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. I did a face analyzer on that guy. It might have been a Unabomber or something. Or something like that. It wasn't, shoot, I forgot. And I got so many damn videos up, man. I'm trying to keep my content going with good new stuff. It's tough because YouTube Shorts is really taking over now. Everybody wants to watch short videos. So I'm trying to rustle up some ideas for that. I did do one, but I guess no one liked it. It was a great idea, but I didn't know it. But then again, I didn't know I had 60 seconds I could use. I've been doing 15 seconds, so I don't know. But anyways, if anybody's into this case, man, you're going to be definitely into it more. Now, from what I read from this article, I mean, I don't even need to read the book, because I'll tell you, the only thing I would get out of it is the, the mapping in which it does have in this article. But I'll be son of a goddamn bitch. In one of these killings, or 3 of these killings, and this man right here puts it all down on mathematical, like, mapping charts and directions, and triangle came up. A frickin' triangle. Now, something about triangles, man, whether it's the Bermuda Triangle, Bridgewater Triangle, my New England Triangle, you know, all these triangular, I don't know if he did this, the killer, to make his own triangle. Who knows? A lot of his killings could have happened within the triangle, maybe. But I know this guy here that does this story, and if anybody is a reader and wants to check this story out, it is called, where is it? 17 times. I will have the, there is that, by Gareth, Penn. Now, I believe that my good man from Vermont read this, Dave, but like I said, I don't have time to read books. And let me just leave that off. I screwed up my video some bit. But just the intro to this story is enough to make me go off into directions of, you know, thoughts, theories, and ideas. Here is the writer himself. Like I said, I will be doing a face comparison if I can find him without a beard too. I did not check that out, but I'm going to look into it. But they were saying, because of this guy writing this book and the theoretical, you know, stuff that he came out with, that they were saying he could have been the killer. Now we have, a little nice, humble-looking man. But these are the type of the people I like to say are good actors. Because they can look good on the outside, but all inside in that brain, man, you got something looking like this. That's right. That's why I put them little eyeballs on my hat. Because you don't know what's in one's brain. Especially mine. In a good way. I like to do mine for the good. But as you can see, this guy looks like he stands about 5'11". You know, he ain't a big husky man, but he does look like someone that can hold his own if agitated. So with that being said, that would explain how someone, and I'm not saying he's the killer, but I am saying this could be, he could be looking like someone that has an attitude that you don't know about. And everything that he writes in his books and comes forth out of this book that is written in this article, you can tell he's a brainiac too. Very smart, intelligent man. But what they say in the book is that he comes up with all these great thoughts and theories and ideas, and then all of a sudden it like unravels somehow. I don't know what would make it sound, oh, this is bullshit. But at first it sounds all good, and then it all goes and crumbles. So with that being said, I just want to go over some of the stuff. The map complete this. Oh, the map coupled with this code will tell you where the bomb, is that a bomb, is set. You have, this guy can't write for crap, mister. What? Oh, you have until next fall to dig it up. P.S. Oh, this is a map from the Zodiac killer. So he gives an angle or, directions of where bombs going to go off. And a lot of stuff here happened at Mount Diablo. As you can see, the Zodiac killer took that into, in consideration of making sure that people are gonna know who I am by being the devil. Now this is what I was gonna say. San Francisco Bay Area shows the site of the murder at the Blue Rock Spring in the north, the site of the murder in San Francisco, and the peak of Diablo near the right. Here's the map. The two murder sites are joined to Mount Diablo by an angle of 57 by 58 on radian. So this is from the guy there, and he's showing everybody, as you can see, a perfectly erect triangle. Now, whether or not he's trying to, make stuff like the Bermuda Triangle, where, you ain't gonna catch me because I'll just disappear. Like I say, you got over here, you got these numbers. And even looking at the old stuff, of course, you see this with all these letters. Zodiac inserted with letters. Now, sometimes I believe them symbols cipher words. Like I say, algebra and stuff like that, I never got into. I had a choice back in my day if I wanted algebra or regular math. I did not do algebra, but, now that I think of it, if it was something like this that would, make it fun, solving murders, then maybe I would have done that, but I wasn't even thinking of that stuff back then, so, right, math, man, is just a, I didn't solve one algebra question, problem, and I think it was, my son when he was in the 11th grade. And mind you, I just guessed, and I got it right. And I was like, whoa. If I could have done that in high school for algebra, I would have been all right. But I did a lot of guessing, too. A lot of remembering old problems of what was right to, going forth to the new pages of problems. If I seen an identical problem but reversed, I knew the answer. Remembering stuff, photographic memory. Even though now it's starting to get rough because of my problems in my life. But this guy, man, highly intelligent. And to come up and scheme an idea to come out like this, hey, I'm going to kill people and do it mathematically. And they do speak of mathematical stuff in here and codes and everything got to do with that kind of stuff. But, what is this? Suicide. I think this is another mathematical degrees. Oh yeah, this is from Zodiac Killer, of course. I mean, this guy, Penn's, example of Penn's application, mathematicals and angles to Zodiac's letters. So this is an example of what this guy used to do. But then again, it says, if I do not see this note in your paper, I will do something nasty. But this is something, unless he was all doing the degrees of this. Oh, that's what it is. These little side things that Zodiac Killer did. Whether it be making a now see, if one came about this, and Penn's doing this on these little black dots, and then you have another triangle form come up. Whether or not that is something about dead bodies being in with his triangle, or what sorts, man, this is the thing, man. If you're not that damn got that mathematical skills, but what make this also cryptic on behalf of Penn is right. How did he knew how to do all this? You see. And that's where they get it, and they come out with these crazy thoughts, theories, ideas. And, of course, police and investigators back then didn't do none of that. Maybe. I mean, they sat in their office, night after night trying to crypt these codes until the next murder come up or the next note comes up. And, only one can imagine how they were struggling if they did not have the field back then for this stuff either. But yet this guy comes along and takes it on a different approach. Oh, I'm going to do it this way. And comes up with all this insanity stuff is what they call it. But you know what? I mean, that's the thing what I say. In all cases, you cannot just sit there and dwell on one damn thing. You cannot just sit there whether the case is about, one person, two persons. Did the person use this? Did the person use that? Did the person... And you just can't go on to say, like, oh, we have, like, say, perfect example, the Delphi murders. They have a friggin' picture of the guy. They have a video. They have, girls or guys down the hill. And they have all this stuff. They said they had DNA. But yet, there's nothing there that they can use. But they have it all. And they can't use it. And, but yet they have this person. And just sitting here, thinking about they didn't have nothing on the Zodiac Killer. But, oh man. What was I going to say? Shoot. I think I got too far on that and I lost what I was going to say. But, I mean, it's a simple case like that. Other than, designing a case like this. But a simple case like the Delphi murders. And they have all the proper, ability to look in, and there's something there. and he left a cryptic message too about, leaving bodies where he did, and why were they put in this manner, and let alone if someone is perverted like that, at least they know what they're dealing with. But yet they had everything on that guy, and they could not even solve that one. But yet they had the technology. They have the technology to solve that case because they got DNA. But this case, they had nothing. They had, things that were just being brilliantly done. Other than, the Delphi murders, I could say that was done brilliant too, because of the simple fact that nobody's caught him, or they just know who it is. But they have the technology other than back in the day. And for them not to use the technology, and if they had the technology back then, and if they were more, law enforcement back then, educated. But of course, crimes have to happen to make things more, catch me if you can. Had that guy come in, that was writing off all fake checks. But yet they hire him to come to the police and plea bargain with him so he can look into other people making better checks that were fake. So, yeah, of course there's some things that you sit there and say, right, gotta learn from these, little mistakes that happened before, or stuff that gets missed, or educate ourselves more. And this one, though, you can't get educated enough. But where you have this guy coming in here and writing all this stuff and doing a book about this stuff 17 times. Even the title in that book can mean something. 17 times. And I'm about to wonder if the Zodiac killer killed 17 times. But, I mean, it's just... And they also predict future crimes in these cryptic messages. And of course, how, including a mass murder along the lines of the Texas Towers sniper killings committed by Charles Whitman. The terrorist event was take place August 1989. The terminus event was to take place on August 11th, 1989 in Cambridge and Boston, Mass. I have to look that one up. But ciphers were covered for secret messages were designed to reveal his identity, just like said they were, but the Zodiac ciphers did more. So I don't know what this guy was really, even he probably knew these people, if that's the case. And they sat there and talked about how they could, manipulate and outsmart the law and put fear into the faces of the world. I mean, this book, man, just by reading this, the title and everything, I don't need to read the book to even understand what the hell this guy was really about. And for something that was said, but I cannot say it, it makes a hell of a lot of sense now. Especially when you got these predictions. Because why? Because, like I just said, this person probably knew the other people and they knew what they wanted to do, but they planned it out and made it a big game. You know, sit there and say you're on Jeopardy, trying to figure out all these kind of TV shows, movies, or, you know, colleges, great stuff made up by people. You're on Jeopardy. Just waiting for Alec Chipek to jump out and here in spirit life, and that's right. And what is the Zodiac killer really thinking? I'm going to talk about these people are real bored, man. Real bored. Got bored with their lives and wanted to do something spontaneous, punctual, and yeah, excitement for the rest of their lives. But I'm sure they got too old at one point and died off, or they're just old and sitting there and laughing because no one can figure this out. But all in all, if it didn't, this branched into entire forest and inner behavior and fertilizing and expanding mythology like UFO associations have done by filling in the blanks on mysterious events in the sky. So, I mean, there's another guy that comes up here, Grant. Sanity, or at least their motivations. You know what? I don't think this guy was crazy. And if it was, like I say, just before I read this, I didn't even mention another guy, and I forgot about that. 2 men, if that is it. To be intelligent. Even though they're capable writers, they can be capable in anything. Could this have been a bored life? 2 men. One day just scheme up a plan to baffle the whole world. And I mean, if they have gone as far as coming over here to Massachusetts from San Francisco, serial killers that travel. Huh? This is about to wonder if any of these serial killers knew each other. I mean, I don't know how they would meet, but have a society of serial killers. Just like there's Skull and Bones Society out there that has the great chief Geronimo's bones. And his great-great-great-grandson tried to get him back. You know, there's a lot of stuff hidden out there, folks. A lot of stuff. And when people that are, you know, intelligent get bored, who knows? It comes up with stuff like this. If they were that smart and intelligent, why didn't they just do a friggin' job or something? But nope. There's people out there that want to think what they can do and get away with in life. Who can they kill? You know? It's all there, black and white. And it's all there to blow your mind away, just like my man from Vermont said, Dave. Story will blow your mind. Everything will blow your mind away. Is right if stuff like this comes out and you ain't got one of them dumb serial killers that eventually get caught. So I'm about to wonder if this guy just sat down one day and say, I just want to be the American style of Jack the Ripper. Even though they have claimed, they said they found out who that man was. will they ever find out who Mr. Zodiac is? Because coming from a futuristic time, and yes, by the 60s, there was a lot of things going on. Hell, it's also said that in the 60s, that landing on the moon was fake. Think about it. What other optical illusions? And they called this guy delusionist, delusional and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? If you expand your mind, you'll understand what this guy was writing about. And where I have a delusional mind, I get it all day. I'm not saying he's the killer, but I'm saying, wow. Coming up with a lot of stuff that the police didn't do in the case, let alone probably coming up with stuff that was, that the police did not release because they didn't want, information out. You gotta sit there and think, wow. Serial killing is not just someone who wakes up one day and says, I want to kill as many people as I can. Just like this idiot that came out and 2 brothers in Canada going around stabbing people. No, serial killers plan out their ordeals. And they want it to be a long running time. To them, this is probably like a full-time job. And as you can see, there's much stuff that came out in this case and all sat down, prepared writing and symbols and words. Only one can say, yes, this was very intelligent, prepared. And that's what makes these serial killers very scary, because they could be still alive or they could have passed it on to someone else. Or hell, they could even have kids that they've had. But all in all, man, if I do ever get time to read this, I will. It's just right now in my life, I ain't got time. I'm busy, very busy. But thought I'd share this today. Thank my man from Vermont. Opens up new thoughts, theories, ideas on this case, that's for sure. But I still want to do a face analyst on this. I don't know, I am going to poke around, get back into that last letter. I mean, I tried looking that up again, and I don't think I was finding it, but I don't know where the hell my letters went that I wrote, but damn. I'm going to try and find them again and see if I can decrypt some words. But this is a very, very intense case. And this is another case that I say would drive you insane trying to figure it all out. Because there's a lot of suspects, too, that I think I'm going to go over just to show you how many people that they have, that I have seen, that they do have new pictures of that I ain't seen before. And I'm marking it up right next to the sketch. So, with that being said, until the next video, folks, be safe, take care, beware. Because like I said, serial killers, real ones, don't just go out to get caught. They go out to have fun and make it their desire to take out as many people as they can and never get caught. Hell, it's just like the bridge guy. Maybe he's got any ideas. Maybe he's read this book, but does it a little bit differently. It is something to think about, folks. Out.